Hello! I thought I would share with you how I do my eyebrows. Really simple. I don't do much, but I do like to fill them in to accentuate them. I much prefer a really strong brow, and since my eyebrows are quite hairy, I kind of go towards that bushiness and strong brow look. So to shape my brows, I get them threaded, which is an ancient Asian technique practiced all over Asia, and the closest thing I can compare it to is epilation, because it's grabbing bunches of hairs kind of in a tweezing fashion, grabbing a bunch of them at once to pull them out. And I much prefer threading to waxing, just because I think it's a lot more controlled than like a clump, like just pulling a clump of hair out with a wax. So I typically get that done every 3 weeks or whenever I can manage. But in between that, I will trim my hair using some nail scissors and just get any loose hairs with some tweezers individually. But apart from that, I tend to just let it grow out, and I'd rather get them done at a salon or somewhere to get them threaded. And in most places it's really cheap. Like where I live, the most you will spend is £5 getting them done, so it's brilliant. My eyebrows are not even sisters. I think they are cousins once removed, because this eyebrow's kind of a little bit lighter than this one, and it's also a lot more rounded. This one's my favourite eyebrow because I much prefer a kind of strong, sharp, angular look. So that is what I tend to do when I go to the salon. I say, can I have them really square, not rounded, and more angular? I do have quite a high arch, so it's better that they go for that high arch and get it nice and pointy and sharp. So it's a lot like getting your hair done. Just go and say, can I have it this way? So the next thing I do is fill them in. I use my favourite eyebrow pencil, which is Soap & Glory's Archery. My shade is Hot Chocolate, and I try to use really fine strokes, hair-like strokes, and I'm going from the bottom up. So I'm acting as though I'm going with the hairs, as though it's the root, and then dragging upwards. I tend to focus more on the front part of my eyebrow than the rest, because that's where I think it looks the most sparse. Once I've filled it in, I will brush it through again. So I'm constantly filling and brushing. I don't ever fill it in and leave it. I always brush it through to kind of make sure it still stays nice and natural, and I can keep an eye on the shape. And every so often I always step back from the mirror and look at my whole eyebrows and my face to make sure that I haven't, put too much product on or done a completely random shape. I always take a step back so I look at the whole picture. So for this eyebrow, I do fill it in a little bit stronger because, as I said, it is a little bit lighter, but it doesn't seem to come up light in real life, but like on camera you can really notice that this side is lighter. So I go in a bit stronger with that. Another product that I do really like to use and sometimes will layer with is L'Oreal's Brow Artiste pencil. That is in 04 Dark Brunette. It's a little bit darker and closer to my shade. I haven't ever tried a black eyebrow pencil just because I'm a little bit scared. But yeah, that's quite a nice close shade. And I do the same thing, short hair-like strokes, really filling it in and then brushing it through. So as I said, I like it more angular. So when I'm brushing, I'm trying to brush diagonally to keep that angle and just make sure I do what I need to do. Once I'm happy with the colour and shape, I can go ahead and set that. Sometimes I will use the Brow Artiste's wax because the L'Oreal pencil comes with a wax on the other side. So I'll sometimes just go over that with it. Sometimes I use aloe vera gel, which is actually what some of the salons I go to use right after I get my threading done, because it's really soothing, but I also really like it because it's natural, it's anti-inflammatory, and because it's natural, it doesn't just set my brows rock hard. It still keeps the kind of flow and hair-like look. So I like to do that. Otherwise, I will use Rimmel's Brow This Way gel, which is a little bit stronger, but it's a really great way to keep it set, and any hairs that just won't cooperate, I can kind of smooth them down. Because I don't have to actually draw on my eyebrows, I will rarely use concealers or anything like that to carve them out in any way. But to highlight and lift the brow bone a bit, I will use NYX Liquid Illuminator in Gold, I think it is. It's quite close to my skin tone, so it's a really nice subtle sheen to the skin and really helps to lift and again bring out my eyebrows. So that is how I get my eyebrows this way. Sometimes I don't really do anything. I will just brush them up and leave the house. But I think eyebrows really frame the face. They really shape everything. And because, you know, it's all about eye contact when you're looking at someone or talking to someone, it's really the first thing you'll see. It's like the curtains. So I do really like to get them done. It's one of my kind of beauty rituals, if you will, something that I really have to get done every so often and feel that I can go without makeup and without foundation, but as long as my eyebrows look neat, then I'm good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.